If you've been driving the same way for the last 10, 15, or even 30 years, I need you to listen very carefully. Because 2026 is not just another year of small traffic updates, it's a turning point. Across the United States, driving laws are changing quietly, but aggressively. Not with loud announcements, not with letters in the mail, but through enforcement systems, cameras, digital tracking, and rule changes that most drivers won't realize until they're already fined, suspended, or paying higher insurance. This isn't about panic, it's about preparation. Some of these changes genuinely make the roads safer. Others feel designed to catch everyday drivers off guard. And the truth is, what is perfectly legal in one state could cost you hundreds of dollars the moment you cross into another. Today, I am breaking down the 10 most important driving law changes happening in 2026, what S are already active, what's expanding, and what you need to know to protect your license, your money, and your peace of mind. For years, many drivers lived comfortably in what were called secondary enforcement states. In those states, police couldn't pull you over just for holding your phone. They needed another reason first, like speeding or a broken light. That era is ending. By 2026, more states are moving toward primary enforcement, meaning a phone in your hand is reason enough to be stopped. And enforcement has become far more aggressive. It's no longer just about texting while driving. In several states, simply holding your phone, even at a red light to check directions or change music, can now result in a citation. What's catching people off guard is the cost. Fines that used to be $50 are now jumping to $200, $300, even $500 before court fees. But the real damage comes later. Insurance companies treat distracted driving seriously. One ticket can raise your premium 15 to 30% for years. What feels like a small mistake can quietly cost you thousands over time. The solution is simple but necessary: hands-free, voice commands, and mounted phones. In 2026, touching your phone while driving is one of the easiest ways to lose money fast. Construction zones are no longer just cones and signs. They're becoming some of the most heavily monitored areas on American roads. States are rolling out automated speed enforcement systems, many of them AI-assisted, that calculate speed with extreme accuracy. These cameras don't get distracted. They don't give warnings. They don't care if you're late. In many states, the first violation comes as a warning in the mail. After that, fines escalate quickly, often reaching $150 to $300 per offense. What surprises drivers most is timing. These systems are often active only when workers are present, but drivers don't always notice when a zone becomes active. A small mistake can trigger a ticket without any flashing lights or traffic stop. In 2026, if you see construction signs, treat the speed limit as non-negotiable. The margin for error is gone. School zones have always carried lower speed limits, but enforcement is now going digital. Many cities are expanding automated school zone cameras that activate during specific hours, before and after school. If you're speeding during those windows, your license plate is recorded and a ticket arrives by mail. The problem? Drivers often enter the zone just as it becomes active or miss the sign entirely. Courts have largely upheld these systems, placing the responsibility fully on the driver to be aware of changing speed limits. Navigation apps can help by alerting you to school zones and camera locations, but ultimately, awareness is your best defense. For decades, most Americans grew up knowing one number, 0.08. That's changing. Some states are moving towards stricter standards inspired by Utah, which lowered its legal BAC limit to 0.05 and saw a significant reduction in alcohol-related fatal crashes. At 0.05, many people don't feel drunk. It could be 2 drinks over dinner, a beer at a game, a glass of wine after work. But under these laws, penalties remain severe: license suspension, fines, ignition interlocks, and massive insurance increases. The message is clear: if you're drinking at all, driving is no longer worth the risk. Electric vehicles save drivers money at the pump, but states are now making up the difference. Gas taxes have traditionally funded road maintenance. EVs don't pay gas tax, so states are introducing annual EV registration fees to balance the system. In 2026, many EV owners will see fees ranging from $100 to $300 per year, depending on the state and vehicle value. Some states are even experimenting with road usage charges, tracking mileage instead of fuel consumption. If you own or plan to buy an EV, these costs must now be part of the calculation. For a long time, reckless driving mostly meant a heavy fine, a few points, and maybe a court date. In 2026, that definition has expanded, and the consequences have become much more physical. Several states are tightening laws around what they call street takeovers, stunt driving, and exhibition of speed. And here's what many drivers done till you realize you done. Till you need to be racing another car to get caught, spinning your tires, drifting in an empty parking lot, doing donuts, just for fun. In some states, these actions now give police the authority to impound your vehicle on the spot, sometimes for up to 30 days. No warning, no grace period. Your car is gone, and the cost doesn't stop at the fine. Towing fees, daily storage fees, administrative charges. It can easily climb into thousands of dollars before you ever see your car again. Even spectators aren't immune. In certain states, simply standing nearby and filming illegal street activity can result in citations. The message from lawmakers is clear. Public roads are not a stage for social media content. If you see reckless activity happening around you in 2026, the safest and cheapest decision is to leave immediately. This change matters deeply, not just for older drivers, but for families. Many states are rethinking how they treat senior drivers, and the data has forced a shift. Older drivers, as a group, tend to have fewer violations than younger ones. Because of that, some states are raising the age at which mandatory road tests begin. That sounds like good news, and in many ways it is. But here's the part that's catching people off guard. While road test requirements may be delayed, vision tests and in-person renewals are becoming stricter. In several states, drivers over a certain age can no longer renew their license online or by mail. They must appear in person. Why? Because the state wants to physically verify vision, mobility, and identity. And here's the most dangerous trap: missed appointments. If a senior driver misses a required in-person renewal appointment in 2026, many states don't simply reschedule. The license can automatically expire or suspend, forcing the driver to restart the process entirely, including written and road tests. If you have parents or grandparents with licenses expiring this year, check their renewal requirements early. One missed date can turn into months of stress. Your driver's license is no longer just permission to drive, it's becoming a high-security identity document. In 2026, states are tightening documentation rules for license renewals. The days of casually bringing a utility bill are fading. More states now require birth certificates, Social Security verification, and immigration status alignment for non-citizens. In some cases, a driver ETS license will only be valid as long as a visa or legal status remains active. At the same time, digital driver's licenses are expanding. These are encrypted mobile IDs stored in secure smartphone wallets, not just photos. They're convenient, but they come with a catch. To prevent identity fraud and deep fake abuse, many states now require periodic in-person verification, even if you've renewed online for years. If your renewal notice says in-person required, ignoring it can instantly invalidate your license, even if it looks fine on your phone. Most drivers know they're supposed to move over for police cars and ambulances. What many don't realize is that move-over laws have expanded. In 2026, several states now require drivers to move over, or significantly slow down, for any stationary vehicle with hazard lights, including broken down cars on the shoulder. That means a stranded family with flashers on now has the same legal protection as emergency responders. Failing to move over can result in large fines, points on your license, and increased insurance rates. Why the crackdown? Because roadside fatalities have reached alarming levels. Tow truck drivers, highway workers, and everyday drivers changing a tire are being struck far too often. In 2026, flashing lights ahead should trigger one response: check mirrors early and move over if it is safe. If not, slow down significantly. This is one of the simplest mistakes, and one of the most expensive. States are losing millions to toll evasion and unreadable plates. As a result, laws now prohibit anything that interferes with plate visibility. That includes tinted or smoked plate covers, reflective sprays, frames that block state names, even excessive dirt on the plate. In some states, fines can reach $1,000 per violation. Police departments are also using automatic plate readers. If a scanner can't read your plate, it flags the vehicle instantly. This is one of the easiest fixes you can make today. Remove covers, clean your plate, and make sure everything is clearly visible. For families with teenagers, 2026 makes one thing clear: earning a full license now takes longer. Many states are strengthening graduated driver licensing systems. Instead of multiple road tests, teens face longer probation periods, stricter curfews, and zero-tolerance enforcement. One ticket, one at-fault accident, and the process can freeze or reset. Night driving restrictions are expanding. Passenger limits are stricter. Learner permit periods are longer. These changes aren't about punishment, they're about data. Studies consistently show reduced fatal crashes where these systems are enforced. In 2026, a driver's license is no longer something you earn once and forget about. It's a performance-based privilege, tracked, monitored, and enforced more closely than ever before. Whether you're 16 or 66, driving electric or gas, living in a big city or a small town, the rules are changing around you, quietly, digitally, and sometimes expensively. The smartest move isn't fear, it's awareness. Check your state's DMV website. Read renewal notices carefully. Slow down where it matters. And don't assume yesterday's rules protect you tomorrow. If this video helped you, share it with someone you care about, your parents, your kids, or a friend who drives every day. A little knowledge in 2026 can save thousands of dollars, and maybe even a life. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.